Enter Moonbirdie. Enter Moonbirdie, the crypto wizards. Enter Moonbirdie, the crypto wizards.
Welcome back to Fast Money. There is a building boom breaking out, but it's not happening in your backyard. It is happening in a fake world called the metaverse. The virtual real estate market is on fire right now, and our next guest says there is real money to be made in this fake land grab. Let's bring in Janine Yorio, Managing Director at Republic Real Estate. They're launching a fund that lets a select group of investors buy real estate, virtual real estate. Janine, great to have you with us.
So nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
I was reading the white paper that you have on your site about virtual real estate, and it sounded like you had been resistant to this idea for quite some time, but finally came around to this notion. So what actually convinced you that this is an asset worth investing in,
So let me clarify. I hadn't been resistant. In fact, my colleague teaches for a while. This really was his brainchild to create a fund around the concept of investing in virtual real estate. But in order to understand why it's really an asset, you have to take a step back and understand what virtual real estate really is. If you've ever played a video game, whether it's Madden or Super Mario Brothers or Fortnite, you know that as your character runs around that video game, you enter buildings, you walk across fields. All of those are opportunities to advertise or to interact with brands or companies or products. We've seen that in in-game advertising. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry. What's unique about the metaverse today is that virtual worlds are being designed specifically for adults where they can live inside these virtual worlds and carry out their life. And what's unique and happening now is that those virtual worlds are being built on top of the Ethereum blockchain, which means that transactions inside those worlds are happening in cryptocurrencies. So you have a confluence of two trends. You have people who've been forced inside their home, and so they've been living life entirely online for nearly a year now. And you also have a generation of people who grew up playing video games, who grew up playing Sims or Second Life, or even children who are playing Fortnite or Minecraft or Roblox. And now they're spending more and more time in virtual worlds. So companies are starting to advertise to them where they are. So virtual real estate is a way for those companies to buy the land, the pixels, the parcels inside those games, put ads up, put stores up, put communities inside there where they can market directly to customers.
Okay, so it sounds to me, and forgive me because I'm sort of new to this, as I think many people in our audience are, that there are a couple ways where this asset actually can make you money, and that is the increase in the value of that property itself by selling advertising. Is that correct?
You can do lots of things with it. Let me give you some examples. So there are many metaverses. There isn't just one. But the oldest one, the oldest crypto-based one is called Decentraland. Land in Decentraland was selling for about $500 a parcel in 2019. Today, those same parcels are trading for about $7,800. So strictly from a capital appreciation standpoint, we've seen a more than 10x return or nearly 10x return in under 2 years. In the Sandbox, which is another metaverse, 4 months ago, parcels were trading there for $30 each. Today, they're trading for $880 a piece. So there's a tremendous opportunity to speculate on the land itself, but to the people who have more imagination, who are capable of actually building, you can put a building, a casino, a store on your parcel. You can generate revenue, you can charge rent, you can sell space for advertising, you can build a museum and charge admission. There's really no end to the things you can do. And the beauty of these metaverses is that 3D developers are treating them like a blank canvas, and they're doing all sorts of creative things that are bringing thousands and thousands of users inside them at a time when people need human connection more than ever.
So has there been secondary sales? In other words, is it just the market bidding up these parcels of land and you're buying them from I don't even know who you're buying it from, to be honest. Are you buying it from, let's say, Decentraland? Let's just use that example.
They're both primary and secondary sales, and there are marketplaces that have been built around these properties. So digital real estate, they're NFTs, just like the Beeple sale was an NFT sale that happened at Christie's Auction House 2 weeks ago. It's another form of non-fungible token that you can trade between people. So sometimes you're buying directly from the game developer. Sometimes you're buying from a reseller who bought the property and now wants to sell it. And there are marketplaces that have been built specifically to address the secondary market.
Okay. And how do we know that there is an element of scarcity in any of these metaverses? Who's to say that the operator of the metaverse can create more land and add it to that metaverse?
So that is one of the beautiful things about the blockchain. And that is why people like it. It keeps people honest. So the developers of these virtual worlds, when they initiate, they publish a white paper and they state exactly how many parcels they're going to create, how they're going to develop them, hold them internally, sell them, who can buy them, what can be done on them. And the blockchain, through the decentralized ledger, actually keeps a record of who buys and sells them. So it's a way to keep the developer honest. At a time when their land prices might be exploding, a greedy developer might want to issue more parcels. But all of the holders of that land can actually have some transparency into these virtual worlds to make sure to keep the developers honest.
Janine, this is fascinating. Hope you'll come back. Appreciate it.
I would love to. Thank you.
Janine Yorio.